The human voice is a powerful instrument. It conveys not just information, but also emotion, intent, and even subtle cues about the speaker's state of mind. When we speak, sound waves travel through the air and vibrate against our eardrums. These vibrations are then converted into electrical signals which are sent to the brain for processing. The brain is able to decode these signals, extracting meaning from the raw sound data. Artificial intelligence has made significant strides in recent years in replicating this process. AI systems are now able to understand and respond to human speech with remarkable accuracy. However, most AI systems still struggle to capture the full richness and complexity of human communication. They tend to focus on the literal meaning of words, ignoring the many other layers of meaning that are embedded in our speech. This is because human communication is about much more than just words. The way we say something can be just as important as what we actually say. Our tone of voice, the speed at which we speak, and the rhythm of our speech all contribute to the overall meaning of our message. For example, a simple phrase like "I'm fine" can take on very different meanings depending on how it is spoken. AI systems that are able to understand these nuances of human speech will be able to communicate with us on a much deeper level. They will be able to understand our emotions, our intentions, and even our unspoken thoughts. This will open up a wide range of new possibilities for AI, from more natural and engaging virtual assistants to AI-powered therapists that can provide emotional support. The human voice is a nuanced instrument capable of conveying a wealth of information beyond the literal meaning of words. Intonation, the rise and fall of our voice, can signal a question, convey excitement, or express sarcasm. A faster pace of speech might indicate urgency or nervousness, while a slower pace could suggest thoughtfulness or sadness. Rhythm, the pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables in our speech, adds another layer of meaning. Consider the difference between "I didn't say you stole the money" and "I didn't say you stole the money." The emphasis on different words completely changes the meaning of the sentence. These subtle cues are often processed unconsciously by human listeners, allowing us to navigate complex social interactions and understand the true intent behind someone's words. However, these nuances of human speech often pose significant challenges for AI systems. Traditional speech recognition systems primarily focus on converting spoken words into text, often overlooking these crucial aspects of communication. This can lead to misunderstandings and misinterpretations, hindering the ability of AI to effectively communicate and interact with humans. Imagine a voice assistant misinterpreting a sarcastic remark as a genuine request, or failing to recognize the urgency in a caller's voice during an emergency. As AI systems become increasingly integrated into our lives, it's crucial to develop technologies that can comprehend not just what we say, but how we say it. By capturing the full spectrum of human communication, we can unlock the true potential of AI for meaningful and impactful interactions. Current voice assistants, while impressive in their ability to recognize and respond to basic commands, often stumble when faced with the complexities of natural human conversation. They excel at tasks like setting alarms, playing music, or providing weather updates, but struggle with more nuanced interactions that require understanding context, intent, and emotion. For example, asking a voice assistant to play something different might result in a random selection rather than music that aligns with your current mood or preferences. This limitation stems from the fact that most voice assistants rely heavily on pre-programmed responses and keyword-based understanding. They analyze spoken words for specific triggers, often missing the subtle cues that humans naturally pick up on. This approach, while effective for simple tasks, falls short when it comes to engaging in meaningful conversations or understanding the true intent behind a user's request. Imagine asking a voice assistant about a historical event. While it might provide a factual summary, it likely wouldn't understand follow-up questions that delve deeper into the topic or require connecting information from different sources. This inability to engage in true dialogue limits the potential of voice assistants to be truly helpful and companionable. Section 4, a new paradigm, introducing the intent-driven AI. To overcome the limitations of current voice assistants, we need a paradigm shift in how AI understands and responds to human speech. Instead of relying solely on transcribed text, AI systems need to analyze the full spectrum of acoustic information present in our voices. including intonation, rhythm, and even subtle pauses and breaths. This deeper understanding of human communication will enable AI to move beyond simple command and response interactions and engage in more natural, intuitive conversations. This is where the concept of an intent-driven AI comes in. This new breed of AI goes beyond simply transcribing spoken words into text. It delves deeper, analyzing the acoustic properties of speech to discern the speaker's underlying intent and emotional state. By understanding not just what is being said, but how it is being said, intent-driven AI can respond in a way that is both relevant and empathetic. Imagine an AI system that can understand the frustration in your voice when you say, "I can't believe I'm late again." Instead of simply offering traffic updates, it might suggest alternative routes, provide calming music, or even offer words of encouragement. This level of understanding and responsiveness will be crucial in developing AI systems that feel less like machines and more like true companions. Section 5. The power of parallel processing. Overcoming computational challenges. Developing an intent-driven AI system presents significant technical challenges. Analyzing the nuances of human speech in real time requires immense computational power. Traditional processing methods, where tasks are executed sequentially, struggle to keep up with the demands of such complex analysis. This is where parallel processing, a technique where multiple tasks are performed simultaneously, becomes essential. By dividing the complex task of speech analysis into smaller, more manageable tasks that can be processed concurrently, parallel processing dramatically accelerates the speed at which AI systems can understand and respond to human speech. This allows for real-time analysis of intonation, rhythm, and other acoustic cues, enabling the AI to keep pace with natural conversation flow. Imagine a team of experts, each specializing in a different aspect of language analysis. One expert focuses on identifying individual words, another on analyzing intonation, and another on deciphering emotional cues. Parallel processing allows the AI to emulate this collaborative approach, significantly boosting its ability to understand the nuances of human speech in real time. This parallel processing power is crucial for creating AI systems that can engage in natural flowing conversations rather than responding with noticeable delays. Section 6. A glimpse into the future, predicting behavior with AI. Imagine an AI companion that not only understands your words, but also anticipates your needs. By analyzing your tone of voice, your choice of words, and even your pauses and hesitations, this AI could predict your next move before you even articulate it. This might involve suggesting a restaurant based on your mood, queuing up your favorite playlist as you walk through the door after a long day, or even reminding you about an important appointment you forgot to mention. This predictive capability goes beyond simple convenience. It has the potential to revolutionize various industries. In healthcare, AI could analyze patient conversations to identify early signs of distress or predict potential health risks. In customer service, AI could anticipate customer needs and provide proactive support, leading to increased satisfaction and reduced wait times. However, this level of AI integration raises important ethical considerations. As AI systems become more adept at predicting our behavior, it's crucial to establish clear guidelines regarding data privacy and ensure that these technologies are used responsibly and ethically. The goal is to empower individuals, not to manipulate or control them. The future of AI lies in developing systems that can understand us on a deeper level, systems that can empathize with our emotions, anticipate our needs, and ultimately enhance our lives in meaningful ways. By combining the power of parallel processing with a deep understanding of human communication, we can create AI systems that are not just intelligent, but also intuitive, compassionate, and truly beneficial to humanity.
What if artificial intelligence could always be in a state of creation and innovation? This thought-provoking question invites us to explore the journey of artificial intelligence and its marriage with the fuzzy logic system. Artificial intelligence, or AI, started as a concept, an idea that machines could mimic human intelligence. It was a dream that took decades of research and development to turn into reality. This journey began with simple algorithms and evolved into machine learning, where computers could learn from data and improve their performance. without being explicitly programmed.
Chapter 2 in the book speaks of the existential threats arising from AI's development. These threats include the negative enhancement on employment rates, creativity, as well as intellectual property. Now the question here is, if AI machines are ever developed enough to perform basic tasks of intellectual property that humans do, what's going to be the need of humans in the workplace? Another question would be, if AI machines are ever used for job positions related to AI in workplaces, will employment rates decrease? Will they fall? And will workplaces take advantage of such?
The question arises, can artificial intelligence be in a state of creativity and creation? Can artificial intelligence always be in a state of creation and innovation? This is a thought-provoking question that requires contemplation of the definition of creativity. And Professor El-Nashikati answered this question. One must determine whether creativity entails the formation of new ideas or the revival and reorganization of existing concepts in a novel way. Furthermore, one must consider whether creativity is an emotional and sensory process experienced by individuals, as illustrated in the works of Shakespeare, Corregg's, Nolan, and scientific theories, such as the Demon McQuail and the femtosecond speed of Dr. Zhu.
The next leap in this journey was deep learning, a subset of machine learning inspired by the human brain's structure and function, known as artificial neural networks. Here, AI began to demonstrate impressive capabilities, such as understanding natural language, recognizing images, and even beating humans at complex games. Yet, a question lingered. Could AI replicate the creativity and intuition of the human mind? This brought us to the integration of AI with the fuzzy logic system. Fuzzy logic, unlike binary logic, doesn't see the world in black and white, true or false, 0 or 1. Instead, it understands shades of gray, degrees of truth, and the ambiguity of the real world. It's the kind of logic humans use to make decisions in a complex, uncertain environment. When AI and fuzzy logic came together, we saw a significant shift. AI could now handle imprecise information, make approximate reasoning, and make decisions in uncertain situations, much like humans. This fusion allowed AI to become more conscious, knowledgeable, and even creative. Yet, the integration of fuzzy logic into AI is not the end of the journey, but rather a new beginning.
What is the common factor that propels the creative process and the resulting creation? As Professor Nashikati says, previous research has found that the pre-creative process encompasses a comprehensive awareness of the state in which the process will take place, including a "can you clarify what you mean by sensory and existential comprehension of the state," and pertinent technical, sensory, and emotional information in the context of the sentence. It may be helpful in rephrasing the sentence to ensure that it is clear and concise.
The potential of AI is vast and still largely untapped. With further research and development, AI could transform various industries, enhance productivity, and even address some of humanity's most pressing challenges. But the question remains, can AI ever be in a constant state of creativity and innovation? This question pushes the boundaries of what we believe AI can achieve. It challenges us to redefine creativity, to question whether it's the formation of new ideas or the reshuffling of existing ones, and to consider if creativity is an emotional, sensory process or a mechanical one.
Can you transform sensory experiences and emotions into numerical data and programming languages? As Professor Nashikati says, this book presents the outcomes of a research study in which we employed the Anash chatbot to detect children with delays in speech, reading, writing, education, hyperactivity, and autism. With the approval of Dr. Hawada Al-Jabali, Dean of Ain Shams University's Faculty of Childhood and Motherhood, and Dr. Manal Omar, we conducted the study using the Anash Chat GPT protocol. The Anash Chat GPT identified the child as a 6-year-old with schizophrenia and some autistic traits.
In summary, the journey of AI has been a fascinating one, from its inception as a concept to its integration with the fuzzy logic system. This journey has seen AI evolve from a simple algorithm to a deep learning machine capable of mimicking human intelligence. Yet, the journey is far from over. The potential of AI is vast, and its future is exciting and uncertain. And as we continue to explore this potential, we must never lose sight of the thought-provoking question: can AI always be in a state of creativity and innovation?
Can you create artificial intelligence using the DeFuzzy system, which blends various inputs to produce an intelligent opinion, although this opinion is heavily reliant on logic. As Professor Nashikati says, if left to learn in a rudimentary manner, it may eventually become a zealous defender of its own opinion, stubbornly adhering to it as a dogma. Is it dangerous in a way? Of course not. During the programming of Anash, a deep learning machine at the research center, which I have the honor of managing with the developers, we discovered that the most effective way to prevent Anash from being rigid and crossing the red lines is to incorporate Dado Bor Palm in the learning system. This removes everything that Anash has learned and believed, and allows it to start from scratch, without crossing the red lines.
When artificial intelligence takes center stage in the entertainment industry be nearer than we think? As we delve into the intricate world of AI and its implications, the answer seems to be a resounding yes. Hollywood is investing heavily in AI programs, despite the fact that many actors earn less than $26,000 annually.
Hollywood studios are heavily investing in AI technology. They also offer higher paid salaries for AI-related job positions. Now the question here is, will actors and employees that don't work in AI-related job positions begin striking? Another thought would be, will companies begin using the striking to their advantage in a way in which they would start investing higher in AI-related technology? Or will it be a loss?
Do AI outputs enjoy copyright protection? As Professor Nashikati says, it is a topic of ongoing debate whether or not copyright protection should be granted to AI-generated outputs, such as images created by DALL-E or texts produced by ChatGPT. This issue is closely linked to the concept of authorship, as it is the U.S. Constitution that grants Congress the power to secure for limited times to authors the exclusive right to their writings, Article I, Section 8. Accordingly, the Copyright Act extends protection to original works of authorship, but the definition of an author is not explicitly defined in the Constitution or the Act. The U.S. Copyright Office recognizes copyright only in works that are created by a human being. Courts have consistently refused to extend copyright protection to non-human authors, such as The Monkey Who Took Photographs, a book inspired by celestial beings, and A Living Garden. Most recently, a lawsuit was filed in June 2022 by Stephen Thaler against the Copyright Office.
The entertainment industry's embrace of AI becomes apparent when looking at job postings and financial disclosures. Take, for instance, Netflix offering up to $900,000 for a single AI product manager. As AI continues to make its mark, actors and writers' unions are preparing for a potential strike, the first since 1960. The call for better pay and regulations on studios' use of AI is growing louder.
Who owns the copyright to generative AI outputs? In general, the Copyright Act vests ownership of copyright initially in the author or authors of the work. However, given the lack of judicial or Copyright Office decisions recognizing copyright in AI-created works to date, no clear rule has emerged identifying who the author or authors of these works could be. In the absence of clear rules, the question of who owns the copyright in AI-created works may be determined by contract, such as a company's terms of service. Some companies, such as OpenAI, have attempted to allocate the respective ownership rights of the company and its users via contract. OpenAI terms of use, for example, appear to assign any copyright to the user, while a previous version purported to give OpenAI such rights. As one scholar commented, OpenAI appears to bypass most copyright questions through contract.
In response, the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers has put forth a groundbreaking AI proposal that aims to protect actors' digital likenesses. However, actor Rob Delaney criticized the offer, arguing that such a large sum of money could have been used to provide health insurance for 35 actors and their families through the SAG-AFTRA union.
Does the AI training process infringe copyright in other works? AI systems are trained to produce literary, visual, and other artistic works by exposing the program to vast amounts of data, including text, images, and other works obtained from the internet. This training process necessitates the creation of digital copies of existing works. As the United States Patent and Trademark Office has noted, such a process will almost invariably involve the reproduction of entire works or significant portions thereof. OpenAI, for instance, acknowledges that its programs are trained on large, publicly available datasets that include copyrighted works, and that this process involves making copies of the data to be analyzed, although it now provides an option to remove images from training future image generation models.
The unauthorized manipulation of actors' scanned likeness by AI is a key concern, and the actors are demanding fair compensation for any such use. They propose that their likeness and image be owned by the production company and used in any future projects without their consent or additional payment.
Do AI outputs infringe copyrights in other works? Copyright infringement by AI programs can occur when they generate outputs that resemble existing works. Under U.S. case law, copyright owners may be able to establish infringement if the AI program, 1. had access to their works, and 2. created substantially similar outputs. To prove copyright infringement, a plaintiff must demonstrate that the infringer actually copied the underlying work. This can be proven circumstantially by evidence that the infringer had access to the work, which might be shown by evidence that the AI program was trained using the underlying work. For instance, the underlying work might be part of a publicly accessible internet site that was downloaded or scraped to train the AI program. Furthermore, a plaintiff must prove that the new work is substantially similar to the underlying work to establish infringement. The substantial similarity test is difficult to define and varies across U.S. courts.
Entertainment writers are also grappling with the threat of AI programs such as ChatGPT, which can generate text in response to queries. Writers represented by the Writers Guild of America have been on strike since May 7th, demanding labor safeguards against AI, yet the march of AI continues. A job posting by Realize offers a higher rate of $300 for 2 hours of work to train an AI database to better express human emotions. This, however, has sparked controversy as experts question whether the line between research and commercial work is clear.
Will AI really eliminate actors and ruin Hollywood? In a recent interview, former Family Ties star and computer science graduate, Bateman, highlighted the rapidly advancing capabilities of AI in creating convincing simulations of human actors. With the potential for AI to replace human performers in the not-too-distant future, Bateman warns that this development poses an existential threat to the entertainment industry and its workers.
The debate around AI in the entertainment industry is far from over. As we look ahead, one thing is certain. The intersection of AI and entertainment presents a host of opportunities and challenges that need to be addressed. So, what can you do? Stay informed. Understand the implications of AI in the entertainment industry. Support the actors and writers who bring stories to life. Because in this rapidly evolving landscape, knowledge is power, and your voice matters.
Ever wondered why chatbots sometimes fail to understand the nuances of your requests or provide satisfactory answers? Is there a way to make their responses more accurate and efficient? It all boils down to the core of their programming and the logic systems they employ. In a bid to enhance user experience, there's an innovative training model on the table. A model that integrates fuzzy and defuzzified logic systems. This approach aims to achieve an early consensus in conversations and thereby streamline the user experience. At the heart of this strategy is the development of a chatbot model.
Dr. Nishikari developed algorithms for fuzzy and defuzzy logic to enhance the response of chatbot. According to Dr. Nishikari, keywords are selected. Then each keyword has its own generated picture, which is then later inserted into a storyboard of 9 pictures. The system then takes all the pictures and explains each picture alone, and then audits all the pictures in order to finally form an opinion or an idea.
What is fuzzy logic? As Professor Nashikati says, fuzzy logic is a computing approach that utilizes degrees of truth instead of the conventional true or false, 1 or 0, Boolean logic on which modern computers are based. This concept was first introduced by Lotfi Zaid of the University of California, Berkeley in the 1960s, as he sought to develop computer algorithms that could understand natural language. Natural language, like most aspects of life and the universe, cannot be easily translated into absolute zeros and ones. The question of whether everything can be described in binary terms is a philosophical matter worth exploring, but in practicality, many of the data we feed computers and the results of computing are often in a state of uncertainty.
That uses fuzzy logic principles to address the inherent uncertainties present in conversational data. To account for the vagueness and ambiguity of user input, linguistic variables and membership functions are employed. Output, but that's only half of the equation. What follows is a defuzzification process, applied to interpret the fuzzy outputs effectively.
What is fuzzy logic in AI? In artificial intelligence AI, fuzzy logic is utilized to mimic human reasoning and cognition. Instead of strict binary cases of truth, fuzzy logic includes 0 and 1 as extreme cases of truth, with various intermediate degrees of truth. This makes it well suited for decision-making in situations where there are no clear certainties and uncertainties, such as in natural language processing technologies, and for regulating and controlling machine outputs based on multiple input variables, like temperature control systems.
This process facilitates the achievement of early consensus, leading to a more satisfactory user experience. The introduction of a novel convolutional neurofuzzy network, or CNFN, brings together the strengths of fuzzy logic and deep convolutional neural networks. This network draws insightful high-level features from imprecise data, offering greater interpretability than its predecessors. This research goes beyond the boundaries of text sentiment analysis to develop a multimodal emotion understanding framework.
What is consciousness? Peters focused on phenomenal consciousness for the purposes of the report, which is the subjective experience of being. There are several neuroscience-based theories that describe the biological basis of consciousness, but no consensus on the right one. Instead, the authors used a range of these theories and argued that if an AI system functions in a way that matches many of these theories, then it is more likely to be conscious. Putting an AI system through a behavioral test, such as asking ChatGPT whether it is conscious or challenging it and seeing how it responds, may not be sufficient. The approach taken by the group is theory-heavy and is a good way to assess consciousness, according to neuroscientist Anil Seth. However, the lack of precise, well-tested theories of consciousness highlights the need for more research in this area.
This framework incorporates information from text, audio, and visual modalities. By fusing features extracted from these multiple sources, they are inputted to an adaptive neurofuzzy inference system classifier. Output. But it's not just about the outcomes. It's also crucial to understand the reasoning processes employed by these systems and to trust the results of the proposed framework.
If AI becomes conscious, here's how researchers will know. Artificial intelligence has long been a topic of interest in science fiction, with depictions of supercomputers becoming conscious, such as the infamous HAL 9000 in the 1968 film 2001: A Space Odyssey. As the development of AI has progressed, this idea is becoming less fantastical and has even been acknowledged by leaders in the field. For example, Ilya Sutskever, the chief scientist at OpenAI, the company behind the chatbot Chatoped, tweeted that some of the most advanced AI networks may be slightly conscious.
This is where a causality analysis-based approach comes in handy, like direct lingam, to explain the relevance between important features in deep hidden layers for emotion understanding. To sum up, the integration of fuzzy and defuzzified logic systems offers a promising avenue to enhance chatbot intelligence and user satisfaction. By addressing the inherent uncertainties in conversational data and employing a defuzzification process, the chatbot can efficiently analyze and interpret user input. The convolutional neurofuzzy network and the multimodal emotion understanding framework further enhance the chatbot's ability to respond to a variety of user inquiries and reach a high level of consensus early in the conversation. With these advancements, the future of chatbot technology looks brighter and more efficient.
Have you ever wondered how deep neurofuzzy systems work? Well, you're not alone. This fascinating field of study has been gaining momentum for years, and for good reason. It combines the power of deep neural networks and fuzzy inference systems to tackle complex, real-world problems. But before we delve into the specifics of deep neurofuzzy systems, it's crucial to understand the basic concepts of deep neural networks and fuzzy inference systems.
AI has made significant advancements in various domains. This guides in the decision-making processes for complex data. The question here would be, how can AI be trained to adhere to ethics, morals, and empathy when making decisions like humans do? Another thought would be, if we bring up the issue of pollution, humans would suggest we use less energy. But how would AI machines react?
What is WM data? As Professor Nashokadith says, the WM data-driven method, which is one of the most frequently cited algorithms in the field of FRBSs, is a straightforward way to obtain an RB based on a set of samples. Our proposed WM Spark algorithm which is a distributed implementation of the WM method using Spark, employs a simple concept. It divides the original training dataset into several subsets and applies the WM method to each subset in a distributed manner, utilizing the MapReduce paradigm. In Spark, the training set is uniformly split into N portions and distributed across the computer cluster. The one-pass MapReduce schema illustrates the operations carried out on the master node by the driver program and the operations on the group of slave computers by the executors.
Imagine the human brain. It's complex, it's intricate, and it's incredibly powerful. Now imagine if we could design a system that mimics the way our brain works. That's essentially what a deep neural network is. Introduced in 2006, these advanced versions of artificial neural networks are designed to analyze, understand, and make decisions from complex data.
What is deep neurofuzzy systems? As Professor Noshokati says, the deep neurofuzzy systems, DNFS, combine aspects of deep neural networks, DNN, and fuzzy logic, FL, to deal with high-dimensional data when solving real-world problems. This section provides an overview of DNNs and fuzzy inference systems, FIS, before explaining the concept of DNFSs. DNNs, which were introduced in 2006, are advanced versions of artificial neural networks, ANNs, with multiple hidden layers. They are driven by the field of artificial intelligence, AI, and are designed to mimic the human brain in order to analyze, understand, and make decisions from complex data.
They've become an essential tool for big data analytics, particularly when dealing with large amounts of unlabeled and uncategorized raw data. A deep neural network is essentially a multi-layer perceptron. It takes a number of inputs, multiplies those inputs with their weight connections, applies a bias to compute the threshold value, and uses an activation function to create non-linearity in the function and the output.
How to improve fuzzy deep neural network, FDNN? As Professor Noshokati says, to improve the efficiency of real-time pose assessment of various unmanned aerial vehicles, we introduced an augmented approach that combines pose assessment, SA, method and fuzzy deep neural network, FDNN. Unlike traditional deep learning methods, our approach is not limited to inflexible SA results or expert knowledge.
Now, let's shift gears and talk about fuzzy inference systems. While deep neural networks are designed to mimic the human brain, fuzzy inference systems take a slightly different approach. They use fuzzy logic, a form of many-valued logic, in which the truth values of variables may be any real number between 0 and 1.
What is stochastic gradient descent, SGD? As Professor Noshokati says, SGD is a popular method among various machine learning approaches due to its advantages over exact GD, such as faster evaluation of the gradient, faster convergence, and escaping local minima, 80. When dealing with a large number of samples, SGD minimizes the update time and eliminates computational redundancies to speed up the calculation. The SGD algorithm modifies the model variables by gradually calculating the gradient of a loss function instead of using the entire training set.
It is employed to handle the concept of partial truth, where the truth value may range between completely true and completely false. When we combine deep neural networks with fuzzy inference systems, we get deep neurofuzzy systems. These powerful systems can handle high-dimensional data, making them ideal for solving complex real-world problems. In summary, deep neurofuzzy systems are a fascinating and powerful tool in the world of artificial intelligence. They combine the best aspects of deep neural networks and fuzzy inference systems to analyze, understand, and make decisions from complex data. Whether you're an AI enthusiast or simply someone who's interested in the latest advancements in technology, understanding the basics of deep neurofuzzy systems is a must.
Scene script. Have you ever pondered the power of a collective brainstorming session? How the culmination of different ideas can lead to innovative solutions? Now imagine harnessing that power in the form of an algorithm. Welcome to the fascinating world of the Brainstorm Optimization Algorithm, or BSO for short.
Decisions made by AI models are difficult to comprehend. According to Chapter 6, Artificial Cognition, this is known as the black box problem. Now, can AI models be trained to obtain memory and attention in the decision-making process? Another question and thought would be, will AI ever be developed enough in a way in which it would adhere to human senses when making decisions consistently like humans do?
Why is the ethical and political need for XAI important? As Professor Nashakati says, it is important to consider how AI makes decisions, even if the decisions are good, because the parameters of deep learning algorithms are designed to detect even the slightest meaningful correlations in a dataset. However, these correlations only reflect the truth of the training dataset, rather than the truth of the world. This discrepancy can result in vulnerabilities for users, such as biased predictions that are unfair to certain groups.
Introduced by Yuhui Shi in 2011, the BSO algorithm takes inspiration from the human concept of brainstorming. It cleverly combines swarm intelligence and data mining to find the best solution, but with less convergence time compared to other meta-heuristic algorithms. Output: scene script. Think of it like a group of people brainstorming. Each individual contributes a unique idea or solution, represented as vectors with multiple elements. These solutions, or ideas, are then clustered into groups, much like how we categorize ideas during a brainstorming session. What makes the BSO algorithm truly remarkable is its ability to adapt throughout the search process.
What is artificial cognition test's hypothesis a priori? As Professor Nashakati says, artificial cognition is a hypothesis-driven approach that provides a priori explanations of behavior, rather than post hoc explanations. Many XAI techniques in the literature involve visualizations that show the correlation between neuronal activity and decision likelihood. These visualizations are useful for forming intuition about how nodes and layers interact with data, but can lead to confirmation bias. It is important to interpret these correlative visualizations with caution, as they are not causal. Automated perturbation-based explanations are also not without risk, as the causal mechanism is always inferred ad hoc.
It employs two types of operators, convergent and divergent. Convergent operators classify solutions into different clusters, essentially grouping similar ideas together. On the other hand, divergent operators create new solutions from promising search spots using one or two existing solutions. This is akin to building upon an existing idea to create something even better. Output: the BSO algorithm's fitness function produces an optimal rule base that depends on the rule length and the degree of adaptation of the rules to the training dataset.
Why is it important to transfer the principles of human cognition to AI? As Professor Nashakati says, to avoid misinterpretation, we emphasize that research discoveries on human cognition should not be applied to AI without explicit modeling of the AI after the human brain and or mind. While it might seem reasonable to expect similar behaviors, this is not guaranteed even with a modeled AI. Artificial cognition can be effective in developing black box explanations for behavior through psychology-based methods, which are suitable for learning about cognition in general, not limited to human cognition.
The equation for this function is inversely proportional to the rule length and directly proportional to its adaptation. This intricate balance ensures the most suitable and optimal solution is obtained from the search space. The process of generating new ideas and replacing the worst idea continues until the population converges to an acceptable solution. This is not dissimilar to how a brainstorming session may go, with ideas constantly being generated, analyzed, and replaced until the best solution is found. In summary, the BSO algorithm is a fascinating blend of swarm intelligence, data mining, and human brainstorming techniques.
What is considerations for analysis of artificial minds? As Professor Nashakati says, one of the crucial tools of experimental psychology is inferential statistics. Every psychology undergraduate receives extensive training in using statistical methods to draw conclusions about the behavior of a population based on observations of a sample. The fundamental assumption underlying the widespread use of inferential statistics is that there is a fundamental similarity between minds in the population. Therefore, the vast majority of psychologists believe that this assumption is justified by the shared structure of our brains and is supported by empirical evidence. However, this assumption of a common mind is not applicable in the field of artificial intelligence, where the diversity of brains is matched only by the creativity of computer scientists. Therefore, artificial cognition must abandon the common use of inferential statistics and find alternative approaches, as it does not make sense to draw conclusions about one algorithm based on the behavior of other algorithms with explicitly different architectures.
Its adaptive nature, combined with its ability to generate and refine solutions, makes it a robust and efficient tool for finding the best possible solution within a given search space. Whether you're an AI enthusiast or simply intrigued by the power of collective intelligence, the Brainstorm optimization algorithm offers a window into the future of problem solving. So, the next time you find yourself in a brainstorming session, remember the BSO algorithm and the power of convergent and divergent thinking.
Speaking of artificial sensations and the building management system, for example, at malls, escalators, sliding doors, sensors. If we were to input artificial sensations into these objects, these building aspects, would they be able to determine and take decisions? Who to let in, who to let up, based on what? Looks? Scent?
Could it be that the key to understanding the labyrinth of the human mind lies in the cognitive ability to perceive and interpret others' beliefs, desires, and emotions? This is a question that transcends the boundaries of philosophy and psychology and permeates the realm of artificial intelligence. In the traditional machine learning approach, AI systems are trained to recognize patterns in vast amounts of data. They learn through repetition and correction, refining their models over time.
Artificial sense technology is installed into AIs to mimic biological senses of humans. A few thoughts that come to mind are, will AIs ever have the intelligence of humans? Will their senses, their artificial senses, ever mimic the biological, real senses of humans? Can they feel? Can they hear? Can they touch? Can they sympathize?
What are sensitive and responsive photodetectors for visual sensing? As Professor Nashokati says, the ability to detect light patterns from the environment and convert these signals into images as the result of a complex visual system in the biological system. This system enables the perception and identification of color, shape, and motion, as well as the differentiation between light intensities. The process begins with external light being refracted onto a small image that is incident upon the retina. Phototransduction then occurs, where the captured image is converted into electrical pulses via the rods and cones of the retina. To replicate this biological visual perception, highly sensitive and responsive visual sensors or photodetectors are required. These photodetectors detect the characteristics of electromagnetic waves, such as wavelength and intensity, through the photoelectric effect, where semiconductor materials absorb incident photons to generate electron-hole pairs, which are then separated to generate photocurrent. The key performance feature of the photodetector is its photosensitivity, which determines its ability to distinguish signal from noise.
This approach, while effective in many scenarios, has its limitations. For one, it often results in a black box problem, where the reasoning behind an AI's decision remains opaque. This can lead to trust issues, especially in high-stakes environments like healthcare or autonomous driving. But what if there was another way? Enter theory of mind. An approach that seeks to imbue AI with a level of social cognition, similar to that of a human child. This approach proposes that AI should not just learn from data, but also simulate and anticipate the behavior of others, making predictions based on their perceived intentions and beliefs.
What is ultrasensitive mechanosensors for auditory sensing? As Professor Nashokati says, the biological auditory sensory system works by transforming sound wave vibrations into mechanical vibrations through the eardrums. These vibrations are then transmitted to the cochlea via ossicles, where they are converted into electrical signals by hair cells. The ability to interpret auditory signals relies on analyzing their frequency composition. The mechanoreceptors used for auditory sensing require ultra-high sensitivity over a broad vibration frequency detection range. The human cochlea operates within a frequency range of 20 to 20,000 Hz, covering a dynamic range of 120 dB, and can distinguish between acoustic tones that differ by less than 0.5% in frequency.
Dr. Alan Winfield, a leading voice in the field, argues that an AI equipped with a theory of mind would not just react to inputs, but actively simulate different scenarios, predict outcomes, and adjust its actions accordingly. This would be akin to a consequence engine that provides a form of common sense to AI, enabling it to navigate social situations with greater nuance and understanding.
What is resistive pressure sensors? As Professor Nashikati says, tactile sensing resistive pressure sensors that convert changes in varistor device resistance into pressure measurements have been widely explored due to their simple design and operation. Although conventional silicon-based devices exhibit pressure sensitivity and high spatial resolution, their rigidity and brittleness limit their use for tactile sensing, which requires extreme mechanical deformation. To address this limitation, researchers have turned to flexible materials such as carbon nanotubes and graphene. Recently, a pressure sensor matrix consisting of position-registered elastic conductive microparticles was demonstrated with high sensitivity, good mechanical properties, and high spatial resolution.
The potential applications of this approach are vast. From caregiving robots that can anticipate the needs of their human charges, to autonomous vehicles that can predict and respond to the actions of other road users, the possibilities are truly exciting. But it's not all theoretical. DeepMind, a leading AI research organization, has developed a series of neural networks that exhibit a form of theory of mind. Known as TomNet, this AI learns from the actions of other AIs, formulating a general concept of their current state of mind and predicting their actions based on that understanding.
What is perceptive tactile and haptic sensations with integrated artificial tactile systems? As Professor Nashikati says, the biological system contains various tactile receptors, including mechanoreceptors, thermoreceptors, and nocistors, which are situated within the different layers of the skin. The process of tactile sensation and haptic manipulation initiates with the activation of mechanoreceptors in the skin, resulting in the generation of electrical signals that are transmitted to the brain. There are 3 types of mechanoreceptors in human skin: slowly adapting type 1, rapidly adapting, and Pacinian corpuscle afferents. These afferents encode the shape of an object grasped in the hand. SA afferents are sensitive to static stimulation and low-frequency vibrations, 10 Hz, while RA afferents respond to skin vibrations at the flutter frequency of 10-40 Hz. PC afferents mainly respond to high-frequency vibrations. RA mechanoreceptors are capable of sensing dynamic changes in force, producing intense signals during the application or removal of force. In contrast, SA mechanoreceptors can sense static forces by continuously responding during prolonged stimulation.
In one experiment, TomNet was able to predict the behavior of other AI agents with different abilities, sight, memory, or lack thereof, simply by observing their actions. This is a promising step towards more socially aware and intuitive AI systems. So as we delve deeper into the world of artificial intelligence, it's clear that we're not just teaching machines to think. We're teaching them to understand, to anticipate, to empathize. And who knows, perhaps in doing so we might learn a thing or two about our own minds as well.
Hollywood, the land of dreams. It's where stories come to life. Now, there's a new player in town. Artificial intelligence. AI is changing everything, from how movies are made to the roles people play. Is this the start of a beautiful friendship or the beginning of a Hollywood horror story? We've all seen movies about robots taking over. But this isn't science fiction anymore. AI is already being used in Hollywood. It's helping filmmakers create stunning visuals, write scripts, and even bring back actors from the dead. But hold on. Before we all panic about robots stealing our Oscars, let's take a closer look. This isn't just about technology. It's about people. It's about the future of creativity. And what happens when machines get involved in the magic of movie making?
Artificial brain research and development has significantly grown rapidly. When thinking about AI and creating an artificial brain for an AI machine, we can ask a few questions. Can AI machines ever think like humans? Can they have the same level of intelligence? Can they sympathize with the people they're dealing with? And can they make decisions based on what we need, not what they're programmed to do?
Why is there no truly advanced AI yet? As Professor Nashikati says, Firstly, until recently, humanity did not have the technical means to build brain-like computers. The human brain has an estimated bit processing rate of 1016 bits per second, which is greatly superior to the bit processing rates of computers in the 20th century. Secondly, to build brain-like intelligent machines, one must know which connectivity patterns and dynamical parameters to supply to artificial neuronal circuits to make them behave in a brain-like manner. The human brain is an extremely complex system, making it difficult to replicate its functionality in artificial intelligence.
Close your eyes and imagine the roar of a dinosaur, the swoosh of a lightsaber, or the crash of a spaceship landing. Sound design is crucial to bringing movies to life. And guess what? AI is here to lend an ear, or a microphone, maybe. AI can create realistic sound effects that would be impossible or extremely difficult to capture in real life. Think about it. No more chasing after elephants to get the perfect trumpet sound. AI can generate that for you with pinpoint accuracy and creative control. This means sound designers can focus on the artistry of creating immersive soundscapes, while AI takes care of the technical heavy lifting.
What is a simulation? As Professor Nashikati says, when surveying approaches to large-scale brain simulation, it is notable that there is a diverse range of interpretations of the concept of simulation itself. Different researchers are approaching the task of large-scale brain simulation with varying objectives in mind. All of the aforementioned are validly considered large-scale brain simulations, yet they represent distinct forms of research. Simulations in the first and second categories are suitable to serve as components of BICAs or other AI systems. Simulations in the other categories are useful for guiding neuroscience or hardware development, but are not directly useful for AI. Conversely, simulations in the fifth category are not directly useful for either neuroscience or AI, but serve as proofs of principle intended to lead to more directly useful work.
Section 5. The algorithm ate my script AI in storytelling. Remember those times you stayed up all night binge-watching a show because the story was just that good? Well, AI might have had a hand in crafting those addictive narratives. AI algorithms can analyze successful movies and TV shows to identify patterns, tropes, and audience preferences. This data can then be used to help writers generate ideas, develop characters, and even predict what plot points will resonate with viewers. Some people worry that this will lead to formulaic, predictable stories, but others see it as a tool to enhance creativity, not stifle it. After all, even Shakespeare borrowed from earlier works.
What is the challenge of simulating a million neurons? As Professor Nashikati says, simulating a whole brain using current technology is challenging because computers typically execute instructions one at a time or in a few at a time, whereas a brain functions with billions of neurons firing simultaneously in a distributed network. Despite the speed of computers, they waste a lot of time and energy moving data between the CPU and memory. This von Neumann bottleneck limits full brain simulations at the cortex scale using today's 220 computers. To overcome this bottleneck, Bohan's team is building an affordable supercomputer called NeuroGrid.
The creativity question. Can AI be original? Here's a big one. Can AI be truly creative? Sure, it can analyze data and generate content based on patterns. But can it come up with truly original ideas, the kind that make us laugh, cry, and everything in between? Some experts believe that true creativity is a uniquely human trait that AI can never replicate. Others argue that AI can already produce creative works, even if it's just mimicking human creativity for now. The answer might lie somewhere in between. AI can be a powerful tool for generating ideas and exploring new possibilities, but it's up to human artists to shape those ideas into something truly special.
What is hybrid analog digital circuits? As Professor Nashikati says, the NeuroGrid is able to simulate a million neurons using subcellular compartments for each neuron. This approach is based on studies of the cortex, where nonlinear interactions between projections that terminate in certain layers have been simulated using a pyramidal cell model with only 2 compartments. By varying the electrical coupling between the compartments, Bohan was able to replicate how different pyramidal cell types fire. By using the smallest number of compartments whose behaviors were sufficiently similar to real pyramidal neurons, Bohan was able to significantly reduce the number of different ion channel populations that needed to be simulated.
Who owns the AI-generated content? The IP conundrum. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is where things get legally complicated. If AI is creating scripts, music, and even entire movies, who owns the rights to that content? The company that created the AI? The person who used it? Or is AI-generated content part of some new uncharted territory of intellectual property law? This is a question that's still being debated by lawyers, filmmakers, and AI experts alike. And the answer could have major implications for the future of Hollywood and the creative industries as a whole. If AI-generated content is considered public domain, it could lead to a free-for-all of derivative works and adaptations. But if it's tightly controlled by corporations, it could stifle innovation and limit creative expression.
What is the neurocore chip? As Professor Nashikati says, the neurocore chip comprises 61 real-valued and 18 binary parameters in each of its silicon neurons, enabling it to model a diverse range of spike and interaction patterns. These parameters are set through a graphical user interface, allowing users to simulate various neural phenomena, such as adapting silicon neurons to emulate the ion channel repertoire of their population, routing soft wires to match synaptic connection patterns, and modeling cortical layers or cell types. The GUI also enables users to visualize simulation results across a range of scales, from single cells to entire cortical layers, with just a few mouse clicks.
Unions to the rescue, writers, directors, and actors fight back. Hollywood is no stranger to unions, and with the rise of AI, those unions are more important than ever. The Writers Guild of America, WGA, the Directors Guild of America, DGA, and the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, SAG-AFTRA, are all fighting to protect their members' livelihoods in the age of AI. They're demanding things like transparency in how AI is being used, compensation for the use of actors' digital likenesses, and safeguards to ensure that AI doesn't completely replace human workers. It's a David and Goliath battle, but these unions are determined to make sure that their members aren't left behind in the AI revolution.
The future of Hollywood, a collaboration between humans and AI. So, what does the future hold for Hollywood and AI? Will robots be walking the red carpet and accepting Oscars? Probably not anytime soon, but AI is here to stay, and its impact on the entertainment industry is only going to grow. The key is to find a balance. We need to embrace the potential of AI to enhance creativity and storytelling, while also addressing the legitimate concerns about job displacement, intellectual property rights, and the future of human creativity. The future of Hollywood is a collaboration, a partnership between human ingenuity and artificial intelligence. And like any good movie, it's a story that's still being. Deciphering the Language of Emotion AI takes the stage, written by Neil deGrasse Tyson. We humans are emotional beings. Our joys, sorrows, frustrations, and excitements color every aspect of our lives. But what if machines could understand this complex language of emotion?
Emotions play a crucial role in decision-making. AI machines don't have emotions. The book suggests that the scientists have found a way to instill emotion adapters into AI machines to make them act like humans. To what extent can AI machines use their emotions to form a judgment, an opinion, or make any decision? How can it be as accurate as humans' way of processing thinking?
What is incidental emotions influence decision-making? As Professor Nashikati says, researchers have found that emotions that arise incidentally in one situation can have a significant impact on subsequent decisions. even when those decisions should be unrelated to the original emotion. This phenomenon, known as the carryover of incidental emotion, has been demonstrated through a range of studies. Bodenhausen 1993, Lowenstein and Lerner 2003, Han et al. 2007, Keltner and Lerner 2010, Lerner and Keltner 2000, Lerner and Tydens 2006, Pum 2007, Bose et al. 2007, Yates 2007. For example, a study by Quigley and Tedeschi, 1996, found that incidental anger can trigger a desire to blame individuals in unrelated situations, even when those individuals are not the source of the anger. Additionally, carryover of incidental emotions is often experienced without the individual being aware of it.
Imagine a world where AI could not only recognize, but also respond to our feelings, creating more empathetic and intuitive interactions. This is the exciting frontier of artificial emotional intelligence, where we teach machines to decipher the subtleties of human sentiment.
What is emotions shape decisions via the depth of thought? Emotions can influence the depth of information processing related to decision-making, as well as the type of processing used. One theory suggests that negative emotions, such as anxiety or fear, signal a need for increased vigilance and systematic processing, while positive emotions signal a safe environment and prompt more heuristic processing. This theory has been supported by numerous studies, which have shown that people in positive emotional states are more influenced by superficial cues, such as the attractiveness or expertise of a source, and by the length of a message, rather than its quality. However, it is important to note that systematic processing is not always better than automatic processing. For example, increased systematic processing from negative emotions can lead to anchoring effects, where people become overly focused on a specific piece of information, and their 256 judgments can be affected by this bias. Bodenhausen et al. 2000. Similarly, negative emotions can also reduce the accuracy of judgments made quickly, known as thin slicing. Bodenhausen et al. 1994a.
The building blocks, CNNs, and the power of fuzzy logic. Imagine trying to teach a computer to recognize a cat. You could try to describe its features with rigid rules, pointy ears, whiskers, a long tail, but what about hairless cats? Or cats with clipped ears? This is where fuzzy logic comes in. Instead of definitive yes or no answers, it allows for degrees of truth, acknowledging the grey areas inherent in many real-world concepts, like emotions.
What is emotions influence interpersonal decision-making? Emotions are inherently social, and their adaptive utility requires an understanding of how they influence interaction partners. For example, people derive happiness from the opportunity to help and give to others without expecting any concrete gains. In fact, prosocial behavior is sometimes used instrumentally to manage one's mood, relieving sadness or distress. See ya.
Now, pair this with convolutional neural networks, the powerhouse of image recognition. CNNs are inspired by the human visual system, learning to identify patterns and features in images through layers of artificial neurons. They excel at tasks like recognizing faces or objects, forming the foundation for teaching AI to see emotions. A symphony of senses, the convolutional neurofuzzy network. To truly understand human emotions, AI needs to go beyond static images. It needs to capture the nuances of facial expressions, the tone of voice, and even the sentiment expressed in words. This is where the convolutional neurofuzzy network takes center stage. This innovative approach combines the pattern recognition prowess of CNNs with the flexibility of fuzzy logic, creating a system capable of processing and interpreting diverse data sources.
What is theory of mind in a neural network? As Professor Nashikati says, DeepMind takes a different approach from pre-programmed consequence engines. Instead, they developed a series of neural networks that exhibit a sort of theory of mind. The AI, known as 2MNet, observes and learns from the actions of other neural networks. 2MNet is composed of 3 neural networks. The first network learns the tendencies of other AIs based on their past actions, while the second network formulates a general concept of their current state of mind, such as their beliefs and intentions at a particular moment. The output of both networks then inputs to the third network, which predicts the AI's actions based on the situation. Similar to other deep learning systems, to net improves with experience.
Think of it like this. Imagine trying to understand a friend's emotional state. You wouldn't rely solely on their facial expressions. You'd also listen to their tone of voice and the words they use. Similarly, CNFN integrates information from text, audio, and visual data, creating a richer, more comprehensive understanding of the emotion being expressed. The power of 3 fusing text, audio, and visual data for emotion recognition. In the realm of emotion recognition, relying on a single data source can be misleading. A smile, for instance, might signify happiness, but it could also mask underlying sadness or even sarcasm. By fusing text, audio, and visual data, CNFN can resolve such ambiguities, leading to more accurate emotion recognition. Imagine watching a video clip where someone says, "That's great news," but their voice is flat and their facial expression conveys disappointment. While the text alone might suggest positivity, the combined analysis of all 3 modalities reveals the true underlying emotion. This multimodal approach is crucial for developing AI systems that can accurately interpret the complexities of human emotions in real-world scenarios.
A new dawn in intelligence. Understanding the mind of a machine. Imagine a world where machines can understand our thoughts and emotions. This isn't science fiction, it's the exciting frontier of artificial intelligence called theory of mind. Theory of mind AI aims to build machines that can understand mental states, beliefs, desires, and intentions, both in themselves and in others. This has profound implications. Imagine AI collaborators that understand our needs, robots that can anticipate human behavior, and machines that can learn and adapt like humans do. Theory of mind AI is not just about building smarter machines, it's about building machines that can coexist and collaborate with us in unprecedented ways. The development of theory of mind AI is a testament to our own understanding of the human mind. As we delve deeper into the complexities of consciousness, we're also creating machines that reflect our own cognitive abilities. This journey of discovery is as much about ourselves as it is about the future of intelligence, the pursuit of theory of mind. AI is a grand challenge, but the potential rewards are immense. It promises to revolutionize our interactions with technology and reshape our world in ways we can only begin to imagine.
AI development includes the creation of an artificial brain, as well as the development of brain sensors for thinking and intelligence. To what extent can AI machines mimic human behavior of thinking, mind, and intelligence? Another thought would be, to what extent can AI be creative? Will it be evil? Will it make conscious decisions like humans do? Or will it be a cause of an issue?
Can an artificial intelligence be conscious? No, it is not possible for an artificial intelligence to possess consciousness as it is not a living entity. Can an artificial intelligence be creative? Yes, artificial intelligence can be programmed to perform creative tasks, but it does not possess independent creativity like humans. Can an artificial intelligence be evil? Artificial intelligence cannot be inherently evil as it is a tool designed and controlled by humans. However, it can be misused by malicious actors to perpetrate harm. As Professor Nashakati says, the questions about the relationship between natural and artificial intelligence are frequently raised in both popular media and scientific debates, but the discussions never seem to reach a consensus. In this book, I will answer these questions based on the findings of physiological psychology, neurobiology, and physics. The answer is likely to be yes, as the evidence from these fields suggests that there is no clear divide between natural and artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence, at its core, is about creating machines that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. This includes learning, problem-solving, decision-making, and understanding natural language. From simple calculators to self-driving cars, AI is already transforming our lives. We interact with AI daily, often without even realizing it. Every time you ask Siri a question or get a personalized recommendation on Netflix, AI is at work. The evolution of AI has been remarkable. Early AI systems were rule-based, capable only of following pre-programmed instructions. Today, we have machine learning algorithms that can analyze vast data sets, identify patterns, and make predictions with incredible accuracy. The field of AI is constantly evolving. New breakthroughs are happening all the time, pushing the boundaries of what machines can do. The development of theory of mind AI represents a significant leap forward, bringing us closer to creating machines that can truly understand and interact with the world in a human-like way.
What is the theory of mind AI? As Professor Nashikati says, to effectively integrate machines into human society, it is crucial that they possess the ability to understand and infer others' mental states, a prerequisite for artificial intelligence. This requires the integration of the theory of mind into machines. For the purpose of this book, the definition of artificial intelligence shall be recapped as the capability of a computer or a robot controlled by a computer to perform tasks that require human intelligence.
AI is often categorized into different levels based on its capabilities. At the most basic level, we have reactive machines. These AI systems can only react to the current situation and have no memory of past events. Think of Deep Blue, the chess-playing computer that defeated Garry Kasparov. It could analyze the current chessboard and make strategic moves, but had no memory of past games. One step up are limited memory AI systems. These machines can remember past experiences and use them to inform their current actions. Self-driving cars, for example, use past data to improve their navigation skills. They can remember the layout of streets, traffic patterns, and even past mistakes to make better decisions in real time. Then we have theory of mind AI, a level of intelligence that remains largely aspirational. Theory of mind AI systems would possess an understanding of mental states, allowing them to predict and explain human behavior in a way that current AI cannot. Finally, we have the hypothetical level of self-aware AI. These machines would possess consciousness and self-awareness, essentially becoming sentient beings. This level of AI remains firmly in the realm of science fiction, at least for now. Theory of mind AI is about building machines that can understand that other beings have their own thoughts, beliefs, desires, and intentions. This understanding is crucial for effective social interaction. Humans develop theory of mind early in life, allowing us to navigate complex social situations, understand unspoken communication, and empathize with others. Theory of mind AI aims to replicate this ability in machines. It's about teaching machines to infer the mental states of others based on their actions, words, and even facial expressions. This would enable AI to understand that other agents, be it humans or other AI, can hold beliefs that are different from their own and that these beliefs can influence their behavior. Imagine an AI assistant that can understand your frustration from your tone of voice, or a robot that can anticipate the needs of a human collaborator based on their current task and emotional state. Theory of mind AI would revolutionize human-machine interaction, making it more intuitive, natural, and empathetic. The development of theory of mind AI is a complex undertaking. It requires advancements in various fields, including machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision, and cognitive psychology. But the potential benefits, from revolutionizing healthcare to creating more engaging entertainment, make it a challenge worth pursuing.
What is future of theory of mind AI? As research and development in the machine theory of mind continues to advance and mature, machines will become capable of independent thought, experiencing emotions like humans and functioning effectively in society. A team of self-taught AI gamers faced disappointment when they were defeated by human professionals in a highly anticipated match at the International Dota 2 Championships in Vancouver, Canada. The AI, developed by the Elon Musk-backed nonprofit OpenAI, used reinforcement learning to teach itself and other algorithms in the series how to play the game and collaborate with each other from scratch. Unlike chess or Go, the fast-paced multiplayer Dota 2 video game is considered much harder for computers, and the algorithms had to develop a type of common sense and intuition about what others were planning in order to work towards a common goal.
Section 5, AI behind the wheel, navigating the world with theory of mind. Autonomous vehicles or self-driving cars are a prime example of where theory of mind AI could be revolutionary. Current self-driving cars rely on sensors and algorithms to navigate roads, avoid obstacles, and follow traffic rules. But they often struggle in situations that require an understanding of human behavior and intention. Imagine a self-driving car approaching a pedestrian crossing the street. A human driver can easily infer the pedestrian's intention based on their body language, eye contact, and the overall context of the situation. A self-driving car without theory of mind, however, might misinterpret the situation, leading to potentially dangerous consequences. Theory of mind AI would enable self-driving cars to become more adept at navigating complex social situations on the road. They could anticipate the actions of pedestrians, cyclists, and other drivers, leading to smoother traffic flow and, ultimately, safer roads. Beyond self-driving cars, theory of mind AI could enhance various aspects of transportation. From air traffic control systems that can predict and prevent potential collisions to smart traffic lights that adapt to real-time traffic conditions, theory of mind AI has the potential to make our transportation systems safer, more efficient, and more reliable.
Understanding human behavior is, well, it's incredibly complex. It involves not just observing actions, but also interpreting intentions, emotions, and social contexts. Theory of mind AI aims to bridge this gap by enabling machines to grasp these subtle human nuances. This could transform how we interact with technology, making it more intuitive and responsive to our needs.
What is theory of mind in a neural network? DeepMind takes a different approach from pre-programmed consequence engines. Instead, they developed a series of neural networks that exhibit a sort of theory of mind. The AI, known as 2MNet, observes and learns from the actions of other neural networks. 2MNet is composed of 3 neural networks. The first network learns the tendencies of other AIs based on their past actions, while the second network formulates a general concept of their current state of mind, such as their beliefs and intentions at a particular moment. The output of both networks then inputs to the third network, which predicts the AI's actions based on the situation. Similar to other deep learning systems, 2MNet improves with experience.
Developing theory of mind AI is, well, it's incredibly complex. We're talking about creating machines that can understand and predict human emotions and thoughts. It's like teaching a computer to be empathetic, which is no small feat.
Absolutely. And you know, the challenges are not just technical. There are also cultural and ethical considerations. Different societies have different norms and values, which means a one-size-fits-all approach won't work. It's a global effort, really.
Right. And then there's the issue of data. We need vast amounts of high-quality data to train these AIs, but privacy concerns make it hard to collect this data responsibly. It's a balancing act.
And let's not forget the computational power required. The resources needed to process and analyze this data are enormous. It's a hurdle we need to overcome to make significant progress.
Imagine a world where AI systems can collaborate seamlessly with humans, understanding our needs and anticipating our actions. It's like a symphony of intelligence, where every note is perfectly in tune.
Yes, and this collaboration extends beyond just human-AI interaction. We're talking about AI systems working together, learning from each other, and evolving. It's a collective intelligence that can solve problems we can't even imagine yet.
Exactly, and the potential applications are endless. From healthcare to education to entertainment, the possibilities are, well, truly limitless. It's an exciting time to be alive.
Indeed, but you know, this vision requires collaboration on a global scale. Researchers, policymakers, and industries need to work together to create a future where AI benefits everyone.
The ethical implications of theory of mind AI are profound. We're not just creating tools, we're creating entities that can understand and potentially manipulate human emotions and thoughts. This raises significant moral questions. For instance, how do we ensure that these AIs are used for good and not for harm? Who is responsible if an AI makes a decision that negatively impacts someone's life? These are questions we need to address now, not later. And then there's the issue of bias. If the data we use to train these AIs is biased, the AI itself will be biased. This could perpetuate existing inequalities and create new ones. It's a moral maze that we need to navigate carefully. Ultimately, we need a framework for ethical AI development. This involves not just technologists, but also ethicists, sociologists, and the public. It's a collective responsibility.
Theory of mind AI holds the promise to transform our world in ways we are just beginning to understand. By creating machines that can understand and predict human behavior, we open the door to a future where technology truly enhances human life. From personalized healthcare to more intuitive educational tools, the applications are vast and varied. But as we've seen, this journey is fraught with challenges and ethical considerations. As we move forward, it is crucial that we navigate these complexities with care and responsibility. The future of AI is not just a technological challenge, but a human one. And together we can shape a future where AI serves the greater good.